Good morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And, of course, good morning, mini Motorways. We are off to, I didn't see where we're going, but Motorways will require road tiles, and we will get double traffic lights. Hulkamet was here first. Samurai Sam has quoted the Did You Know screen from the Starting Soon screens, which, for those who didn't see it on YouTube, is this. We have interesting, silly little factoids that I put there for every stream. And the one today is one that has become an internet meme. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. True fact about the _Goog and education and all of that. I never heard that phrase. Not once, not ever, until the internet. Never in a single science class. Apparently this is like a ubiquitous thing that everyone experienced, although this is mostly just, the power of memory. Never once did any educator or educational material ever say to me, or anyone I knew, that the mitochondria was the powerhouse of the cell. Apparently, that is a thing. There's like a popular, ubiquitous series of educational videos. Crash course, pre-crash course, or something. That informed people that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. And now you know. And knowing, as they say, is half the battle. They say that in Overwatch now because they did a brand deal with G.I. Joe, which, okay, I have a question for Blizzard, and the folks at Hasbro for that matter, but mostly Blizzard. How do you do a deal with G.I. Joe and not have a G.I. Joe skin for Soldier 76? Like they've got Cobra, and they've got all the various villains and whatnots, and they've got one for Sojourn, but they don't have a G.I. Joe skin for Soldier 76. Come to think of it, in the 4 years or so between me stopping playing Overwatch because it's not actually a fun game and is deleterious to my health and well-being, and me sort of randomly picking up Overwatch again, first on the PC and then on consoles, and just achieving a mostly zen state of I'm just going to play Mystery Heroes and it's going to be fine. In the 4 years between those two things happened, they seem to have done, like, nothing to the video game. There are a handful of new heroes who I don't understand. There's Venture, who's a drill person. There's Hazard, who I truly cannot wrap my head around. I got out of the game just before Lifeweaver was a thing, so like I saw the hey, we're working on this hero stuff for the hero that became Lifeweaver. Everything post Lifeweaver is just a complete mystery to me, and I've been learning as we go. I like Juno. Juno's the flyy aroundy space alien who shoots a gun. Also, as part of my I'm just gonna play Mystery Heroes, I've been given Ana a fair bit, and I know Ana's not new or nothing, but I've never been good with Ana, because that involves, shooting. I've actually been doing quite well with Ana, so that's nice. That's good. This has been Goog once again talks about how Goog is once again playing Overwatch. Samurai Sam asks how Juan Soto is not an all-star. Basically, the Mets fucking sucked in June, and Juan Soto, particularly by the standards of Juan Soto, just kind of fucking sucked for April and May. Like, he had, by his standards, a pretty bad April and May, and then once he turned back into Juan fucking Soto, the Mets went in the goddamn tank. So, there has basically never been a time this season when both Juan Soto and the Mets were good. And so the fans who would have voted, Juan Soto in weren't inclined to vote for Juan Soto because he was not very, very good when the fans were voting. And then when the players were voting, they had, well, Juan Soto hasn't been very good this season, and the Mets suck now, ignoring that Juan Soto had been very good for the month of June, and that, the Mets had not sucked before the month of June. But hey. So we've got a bridge here to get these two beiges over there, but that means we don't have the bridge to get this over here, so we're just gonna do that. There. Behold, the one-tile motorway. Yeah, Juan Soto has been fucking excellent since, roughly June 1st. He has, indeed, turned back into Juan Soto and is just excellent at baseball now. The problem is the Mets went in the fucking tank for like 3 weeks because all of their starting pitchers got hurt and their relievers stopped being amazing. It turns out that you can't actually cross your fingers and hope that your starting pitcher gives you 5 good innings every single day for an entire season. It turns out that you actually need, like, a guy to pitch good. A guy you can know for sure is gonna pitch real well. And that helps you, like, set up your roster and plan your movement and such. Turns out that that's a helpful addition to a ball club. Who knew? Who indeed knew? Hey, I have a question. The question is, how in the hell are we supposed to service these beiges up to that beigeness, and these greens over to this green, and all of the purples that need purpling? And what I'm getting at is this might be a problem. We might be in trouble here. It may indeed be time to commit horrible, truly ridiculous crimes against the concept and beauty of one business, one road. It might be that time. We're coming up on that time. Let's see here. If we get... If I get these beiges over here... Well, first of all, we have motorway number 1. So we can do this. We can take these greens and we can just run them like that, right? We can just do this. Nexternally, we can toss these purples in here and have them do the thing that was supposed to do. Stupendly. Okay. You do that. Next, if we toss beiges onto this road, that at least gets beiges in here, which gets them on the landmass. It's just, they need to get to other places. So... Well, one problem at a time. Oh, look, another problem. That's actually kind of fine, because we can just peel, we can do this, and we can do this, and now there are 2 dark greens coming over to here. And if we do that, and then this, we have our light greens covered. So that's sort of kind of nice and such. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Sort of kind of nice and such. That might be okay. Oh boy. Oh, how much can the tiny man hurt me? That's a good question to ask a person. And also, oh boy. Well, hold on. I had a terrible idea, and then I realized that I had 7 road tiles, so that's an impossible and terrible idea. Sam knows what he would do. That's very nice. Sam, you're just taunting me now. Let's try to swing motorway number 1 over to here to temporarily salvage this beigeness. That may or may not actually work for anything, but we'll give it a go. We'll give it the old college. You've actually saved me by going circular. This business rounded itself, which meant that it expanded its capacity, which meant that it wasn't dying for a moment. And because of that, I think we have enough time to get beiges in here to save this thing's fucking ass. Incredible. C'est incroyable. Alright. Oh, God. Bridge and 20 or 30 road tiles. Give me the bridge and 20, I guess. Okay. All right. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. Now, friends, what are we doing here? Like, okay, so we got a bridge now, but we need to get beiges over to here, which we can't do with one bridge. We need to get greens over to here, which we can't do with one bridge. Okay. I have an idea. And this is a terrible idea. But it is an idea. What if we do this? We toss greens over to here. Right? We toss greens up here. Motorway number 1 exists here. This all relies on, by the way, this business actually being saved by this influx of beiges, which it may or may not be. We might just be doomed. All right, everybody go. Everybody go. You need to be saved and calmed. I think you've actually been saved and calmed. I think you've had enough of an influx of beige dudes that you're just going to be okay. I think this business is just going to be okay for this transition period. Because we pull these beiges, and then we swing those beiges. And now greens come here, and beiges go there, and this is a nightmare intersection, and now there's oranges with which to deal. Oh boy. Everything's falling apart, actually. No, this is just bad and doom screwed. By the way, while we're here, doot, and now purples at least can go up here and serve that, please. Thank you. Good God. Also, point of order. My purples and greens here are all non-mixing, which is not what you want, actually. They want to be mixing. Here, Sunny has no audio but still wanted to hang out. Oh no. Hopefully that is on your end and not mine. This goes away here. These greens, we're going to point them over this way. Sunflare Space, a recipient of a gifted sub as part of the subathon. Congratulations to Sunny. Okay, now. Oranges, greens, come this way. Yeah, the slams are coming, I think. This is going to end so poorly. We don't even know if this is fixed. This is a circle now. Why does that have to be a circle now? You don't get to be a circle now. Yeah, okay. You know what? I just... 468 commuters. It's a number. It's a bad number. How the fuck did people do... What did I... How did... Okay. All right. Drop those samurai slams in the chat. I guess. I made poor... Well, no. All right. The Wordle could be Flash, because that's what our daily challenge was over in. But no. Alas. What do we have? It could be polka. No, it can't. There's an A in polka. It could be droll. That's a terrible second word. But I did find out where the L goes. So, you know. Yeah, if the other games run the same course. Well, listen, Sonny, I have to be on a Zoom call at 8, so that's... Alright, let's see here. It can't be awful because there's no F and no A. That would, in fact, be the worst guess imaginable, pretty much. So, shouldn't ought to do that. What about... Mogul? You know, it actually could be Mogul. I did not. Sun, clear space. Let's get an O there. We are once again very slowly learning things. I could do with faster education, but, you know, we've recently established that I never heard how the mitochondria was the powerhouse of the cell, so clearly my education was lacking. You know, in addition to being insufficiently liberating, and therefore I can only imagine myself as the oppressor, which, I'm not gonna lie, yeah. Anyway, it could be bone ill. Now, granted, bone ill is, it was the rough draft term for what eventually became osteoporosis. Doctors of the time were like, we got this thing where someone's internal skeleton just kind of withers away and dies. What do we call that? Bone ill? No. That's true. Your assumption is correct. It can't be local because there's no A, and we've established that there isn't a second L. So again, rather poor guess that would be. Most people's listen. I don't want to make assumptions, but, you know, you're right. Most people's skeletons are internal, and if they're not, it's probably the result of recent trauma. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. What about Potil? Now, again, not actually a thing. So, interesting. What in the hell is this word? One wonders. It could be a series. Well, it can't be a series of gas stations because there's an M in mobile. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Could it be novel? It could be novel. You know, it could well be. It is. Goddamn, Sonny, you're good at this video game. Clearly, I am not today. Oh, Lord. All right, let us time guess, I suppose. That'll go well. That definitely won't be a disaster show. All right. Hi there. We got a fire happening somewhere in Europe. Somewhere in Europe with French signage. Oh, is that that was when the Cathédrale de Notre Dame went up in en flambe. Got it. So, when did that happen? That was like 2022, I think. I think it was just no, it might have been during COVID, but there's a whole lot of non-masked individuals out here. Was it 22? That feels too recent. Maybe it was 2018. Maybe it was like before COVID. Now, I vaguely remember maybe it was 2019. Because I vaguely remember the day that happened, I was reading news stories about it, and I was here in this condo, which I bought in 2019. So, maybe this was 2019? Yes, it sounds reasonable. All right. Well, let's go to Paris, find ourselves a Cathedral of the New Lady. Is it New Lady or Another Lady? It's not new, because new is nouveau. All right, so we'll find ourselves we'll find the House of the Other Lady, which apparently is just my side piece's crash pad. It's the worst interpretation of a church name ever, and yet, can you say that it's wrong? You can probably say that it's wrong. And given that it's a church, you're right. It's not my side piece's crash pad. It's God's side piece's crash pad. Anyway, Oh, right. Notre is hourly. Okay, so it's everybody's side pieces. Where'd you put your fancy church, Paris? There's Sacré-Cœur, there's Gare du Nord, there's the Arc de Triomphe and the Louis Vuitton Foundation and the Eiffel Tower and the Louvre, and the fuck did you put the big fancy church? I feel like the big fancy church should get one of the little circle deals. If the windmill whorehouse gets a fancy circle deal, why doesn't the fancy church? That's not like part of the. They are on a bridge. That's true. Well. Oh look, water. Oh look, lots of water. Crap. Oh God. Where the hell is it? It's somewhere around here, right? The Sacré-Cœur Basilica isn't part of it, is it? That's a different thing, right? It's got to be a different thing. Oh my God. There's the Palace of Conditioner. Impressive. Well, given how much taunting Sam has done today, I think we can do a little... Oh, there it is. All right, so if that's the church, and that's the steeple, we open the doors, we see all the people. Okay. So you're just on the other side of the... Okay, so you're like here. We're just about, say, here. Got it. And we're thinking that was 2019. Yeah? No, we were on the other side, but we still got 4,989 points, and it was indeed 2019. Hooray. Next, we got a Pepsi advertisement and some traditionally dressed folk. Can I read any? Can I infer anything from your patch? No, I cannot. Do you have a flag on your? No, you do not. Interesting. Oh. Well, we found it. So we got one kind of military jacket dude, and then we got a whole bunch of fancy school marching band dudes, and we got an old school Pepsi ad, and we've got the flag of Spain? No, that doesn't sound right. Colombia? It's not Spain. Spain has orange and not green. I'm not certain that that's Colombia, but this is Czechoslovakia, which is the funniest cereal in the history of the world, I guess. What do we have here? We have the Trinidad Educational... the Trinidad Center for the Education of Jerks. Children's of Jerks. That's what this is. Jerkcito. Child of Jerk. Perfect. So we're in Trinidad. Incredible. I've nailed it. Now, when are we? An amazing question. At a distance, I thought this said 1995. No, absolutely not. Ignore this letter. Jerkcito, son of Jerk. I'm sorry. I crack me up. Jerkcito, son of Jerk, is the title of the episode. Oh, God. I'm so glad that if there can only be one person in this world who thinks I'm funny, and a lot of the time it seems like that's the case, at least that one person is me. That's so good. Does this say La Paz? I hope it does if La Paz is in Trinidad, and if La Paz is not in Trinidad, I hope that says local 362 or something. All right, when did we decide we are? This feels 90s, mostly because of the Pepsi, but also you can paint an advertisement on a wall and just leave it there for some time, so some time might have passed since the painting of the advertisement on the wall. I didn't say jerking, I said jerk. These are the children of jerks. Their parents are jerks. Obviously. I'm sorry, are you passing out cigarettes? No, that can't be right. You're passing out various boxed candies, right? We're going to assume that this lady is distributing boxed candies of some kind. All right. Now, question. The fuck is Trinidad? I know it's near Tobago. I think it might be on an island in the Caribbean. Am I right about that? Am I at all right about that? I could be. Potentially. It's around here somewhere. Alright, well, there's Cuba. There's the Cayman Islands. It's an island closest to Venezuela. Hey. Well, Venezuela is not the hell near there. It's up here. Aha! There's Port of Spain. Uh-oh. La Paz is in, like, Bolivia? Uh-oh. How much do we trust your drum, child? Do we trust this part of your drum or this part of your drum? You know what? This just says you're the candy dispensers, actually. So this band is from the education of Trinidadian? The education of Trinidadian children of jerks. And this little group of the band calls themselves the Candy Dispensers. Obviously, I see no problems with this. We are in Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago. It is, 2006. Let's go 2003. It was 1997, and we were in Cochabamba, Bolivia, very near La Paz. We trusted the wrong part of the drum. Okay. Fine. Sam? No. Incorrect. Jerkcito. Children of jerk. Don't know how many times I have to tell you this. Alright, so this is taken just outside of Partanakarn Billiards, which is the most famous billiard shop in all of Black and White Town. It doesn't help us overly much, actually. There's a taxi, there's PSW, which could stand for... it probably does stand for something. What it stands for? Wonderful question. Just a truly amazing inquiry. Ow. I coughed. My pain is legendary. All right. So, what the hell does this say? Wonderful question. Can't tell you. If Goog gets well, that's not going to happen, Samuel, so... we've got numbers on the front of a license here, but not anything. This is a drive on the right country, which matters, because there's only like 6 of those. Ow. Which one of these is that? Wonderful question. Can we tell anything from... No, not really. Okay. My guy, you need to finish your flight. Okay, well, he probably dealt with it. This is... Man, at a glance, this looked like Arabic, but beneath it, it looks more Chinese? Could this be Hong Kong? No. Is this Indonesia? Oh, man. If I was a person who recognized languages, this would be a lot easier. Yeah, I don't feel great about anything. We're in the port of South Windonesia in Indonesia in 1950. Yep. That's exactly what we're going with. The port of South Windonesia in 1950. It was Bangkok, which is not horrendously far from Indonesia, in 1967, which is kind of horrendously far from... Okay, so we got bad. It went bad. All right. And now, yeah. Let's see here. We've got more scripting that vaguely looks Arabic, and also, all right, so this is the, someday you'll find it, the Arab connection, at the Oman Armin Shimmerman place. It was nice of them to name a building after the actor who played Principal Not Flutie on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Snyder, that was his name. Principal Snyder. Yeah, that's exactly who this is named after. I couldn't tell you who this hotel is named after, but the bridge here is named after Armin Shimmerman, obviously. All right, so we're advertising... Well, that's the most 1960s-ass television I've ever seen. I should probably watch Deep Space Nine, but... Sounds like work. All right, so you're advertising a Peugeot, which, from the clips of Top Gear that I see on YouTube Shorts, tells me that you don't know cars, I think. Because they're always making fun of Peugeots for some reason. Apparently, they're bad cars. Man, I got no fucking idea where the fuck we are. And I have to be on a Zoom call in 25 minutes. So, we're gonna... We've got a French car and Arabic signage. On the other hand, this is advertising not just the car, but also a specific dealer at number 20 Adley Street in Cairo, which, I mean, this probably isn't Adley Street, but if you want to tell me that we're near Cairo, okay. Let's zoom the fuck in on that. And we'll just toss a pin into Cairo, and we'll say that it is 1968, and we're 72, and we'll move on with our lives. The building says Egypt Air. Oh, well, good. Then I found it. Hey, it's Cairo. It's 1978. Hooray. Round 5. Sorry, why are we... Okay, we're probably yoinking a car. For a second, I thought we were dunking a car, and I was very confused. But no. This is the Leeuwenburg, not to be confused with Luxembourg, which is what I initially thought when I saw it, but okay. This on the side, that might say 35, so everything in this photo is going to have to prove to me that it's not 1935. You're selling Van Lennep's Lust? Don't his prospective future children need that? That's probably fine. Interesting. We got a whole bunch of looky-loos out here to watch the reverse automobile-ish Dunkaroo. Got it. car here was submerged for some reason. Probably accidentally, but who can tell? Sonny thinks we're in Amsterdam, which, I mean, yeah. Walk along a water like so. Signage looks like that-ish. Yeah, okay. Amsterdam 1935. Good enough for me. This is the Netherlands, right? It is the Netherlands. Hey, I was correct. Hey, look, it's Amsterdam. We're just going to throw a pin in there because it doesn't actually matter. 1935. Ba-bing. 1950. Damn you, photo! Damn you, photo scrollins! If I send my pent Dutch rodent to hell, is it a hamsterdam in Amsterdam? Are you proud of that, Sam? Good morning, Clancy the Crow. We did very poorly in Timeguessr, which is in keeping with our general performance today. For today's immaculate grid, Lord, we need to be better at stuff. And also, let's see here. Ow. We need Giants and Rangers and Reds and Dodgers and dudes who had 2,000 hits in their career and dudes what won a Gold Glove. Awesome. A Dodger who was also a Ranger is Eric Gagne. Dodger who won him a Gold Glove is Mookie Betts, but he didn't win one for the Dodgers, which I think is required for the thing. So we're not going to say Mookie Betts for once. Giant who amassed 2,000 hits in his career is Carlos Beltran. Ranger who accumulated 2,000 hits in his career is Mark Teixeira? 2,000 hits is a lot of hits. Mark Teixeira was good, but not that good, I think. Would be mildly surprised if Mark Teixeira had 2,000 hits. Let's take a bit more of a layup and just go Rafael Palmeiro. Rafael Palmeiro, a Texas Ranger who had 2,000 hits. A dude who had 2,000 hits in his career and had a Gold Glove is Mookie Betts? 2,000 hits is a lot of hits. Mookie Betts is very good, but he's not like 200 hits a year for the last 10 years good. Yeah, like 10 years ago, Mookie Betts wasn't even in the league, I don't think. Or if he was just breaking in. And yeah, he's not a 200 hits a year guy. So Mookie Betts is probably not a dude who has a Gold Glove and amassed 2,000 hits in his career. Instead, Jackie Robinson might have gotten a Gold Glove, but also he was dark-skinned and racism exists. So let's not suggest that no, Hulkamat, no, that did not happen. It went bad. Anyway, a dude who got 2,000 hits in his career and won a Gold Glove is Barry Bonds, who people might forget was a really fucking good defender before he got old and slow and muscular. A Los Angeles Dodger who won him a Gold Glove is, I mean, once again, we could go Jackie Robinson, but he was good at stuff, but also, let's bet on the decency and morality and good integrity of the 20th century American sports writer. That went poorly for me. That went real poorly for me. Did Zach Greinke win one of his Gold Gloves when he was with the Dodgers? He did. He did indeed. Zach Greinke, a good defensive pitcher. Oh, apparently the Gold Glove wasn't a thing until after Jackie Robinson retired, and Mookie Betts totally won one with the Dodgers. So, welp. A Cincinnati Red who won a Gold Glove is, I don't know, Brandon Phillips probably. He was good. He was indeed good. Cincinnati Red who played for the Texas Ranger is Hosh Jamilton. There we go. And now we must name some Giants again, unfortunately. A Giant who played for the Dodgers is Brian Wilson. There. We will never think of a giant red ever, 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 ever again. This has been a failure of an immaculate grid, and certainly an episode of Good Morning Mini Motorways. Folks, we will be back tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock Eastern, for another attempt, and tomorrow evening for Dragon Age: The Veilguard. Until then, thank you as always for being here. This is the end screen, and, goodbye.